Destiny, let's go over your questions. So Destiny has questions over 3, 4, 5, and 11 in the Unit 0A review. So if y'all want to pull up Class Kick, this is Unit 0A review. Let's do number 3. I'm not going to exactly do number 3, but I can help you get started on it. I don't want to do the review for you because then you don't actually get the review practice, but I would love to help you get started. So, okay, let's take a look at it. So we have -2 a to the third times negative a to the fourth, and then all of that squared times all of that squared. I can work this one with you, or at least get you close to the end, times -6a squared. Okay. All right, so if we do order of operations, what we start with is anything in the parentheses. So inside parentheses, we have a multiplication sign, okay? So we can multiply these two terms because when we're multiplying, we don't have to have like terms, okay? So we can multiply. We use our multiplication rules. So -2 times -1 would be +2. A to the third times a to the fourth. So when we multiply exponents, we're actually adding them. So this would be a to the 7th. And all of that would be squared times -6a squared. So that's your first step. Now we're going to do our second step, which is the exponent part. So we have 2 squared and a to the 7th squared. So 2 squared is 4. So we get 4a to the 14th. Now that we're raising exponents to another exponent, we multiply. And then again, times -6a squared. So now again, we're back to multiplying. So 4 times -6 would give us -24. And then we're going to add our exponents. So a to the 16th. Does that make sense, Destiny? Were you kind of close? Okay, I think you said 3, 4, 5, and 11. Let me write those down so I don't forget. I don't want to lose your message here. All right, so we need to do 4, 5, and 11 on the review. 12. Okay. So just make sure that you get -24a to the 16th. Does that make sense how I got there? Or like where you kind of maybe missed a little bit? All right, let's do number 4 from the review. Amari, I have your problems ready. I'm going to do them as soon as I'm done with these ones, okay? All right, so -6p squared, q to the third, and all of that squared. So this is number 4, right? This is number 4, -6p squared, q to the third, and all of that squared. All right, so again, we follow order of operations. We don't have anything to do in parentheses. There's only one term. So we're going to go ahead and square -6 p squared and q to the third. Okay, Stormy, I'm going over some from the review right now. So this is number 4 from the unit review. And then I just did number 3. All right, so we've got -6 squared, p squared, squared. So we're going to multiply those. And then q to the third squared. So that means we're multiplying also. So -6 squared would give you +36. P to the 4th, q to the 6th. All right, let's look at number 5. Actually, let me see if I can just grab it. Let me try again. Okay, let's do number 5. Try this again. There we go. All right. Oops. So this is number 5 from the unit review. All right, so the first thing we want to do here is get rid of these negative exponents. I'm going to highlight them. Remember, to get rid of negative exponents, we just put them either from the top to the bottom or bottom to top. So a squared is going to stay the same because that was positive. So a squared. Now b to the 7th is going to move to the bottom. A to the negative 4th is going to come up top, and it's going to be multiplied. And b squared. Okay. So now, when we multiply exponents, a squared times a to the 4th, we're adding them. So that would be a to the 6th. Then we have b to the 2 minus 7. So it's top minus bottom. Okay, so that would be a to the 6th, b to the negative 5. And again, we've got to move that b to the bottom. So this would be a to the 6th divided by b to the 5th. Okay, any questions there? Let me know. If not, we're going to go over number 11. And then Amari, I'll do yours. And then Erica, I can do some that are similar to the test. Okay, Ben, I'll do number 6 in just a minute. If you want to go in class kick and work on it, you can. I can give you some tips. All you're doing is multiplying here. So multiply your coefficients, 3 and 5, and add your exponents. That's all you're doing. Okay, Stormy, will you let me know when it's good to go? Okay, perfect. So this is number 11 from the unit review. So again, we are going to do the exponent first. This exponent is only with this term, okay? If there was another set of parentheses and all of this was raised to the negative 4th, then it would go to both, but this is just to the last one. It's called Unit 0A Review, Dominic. Maybe refresh your screen and see if you can find it. I don't know. I've got 56 people that have it done, so I think it's in there. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and leave this first set of parentheses alone for now and distribute this. So we would have 2 to the negative 4, and now a to the negative 3 times negative 4. So what happens to this now is we have negative 4a squared times this 2 to the negative 4 is going to go to the bottom to be 2 to the positive 4. Right? We want to get rid of negative exponents. And then this one up top becomes positive because a negative times a negative is a positive. So that would be positive 12. Okay, so now let's simplify some more. We are going to multiply these two. So when we multiply, we're adding the exponents. So we would get negative 4a to the 14th. And then 2 to the 4th is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that would be 16. And the last thing we have to do here is just simplify. So this would be negative a to the 14th over 4. All right. Amari had a couple questions that she had sent me, so I'm going to go through those 3 really quick. They're all kind of the same steps, but they're really good questions, so would pay attention here. Okay, Amari, so this is the first one you sent me. This was number 6. We have 12 q to the 5th r squared s to the 6th, and then 24 q r s to the 4th. So we're just going to be dividing here. This is all division. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 24, q to the 5th divided by q, r squared divided by r, and then s to the 6th divided by s to the 4th. So remember, when we divide numbers, that's just plain math rules. Okay, so that would be 1 over 2, or you can just not write the 1. So then when we divide exponents, we just subtract them. So 5 minus 1 would be q to the 4th, r squared divided by r. So 2 minus 1 would be r. And then 6 minus 4 would be 2, so s squared. So that's your answer for that one. Paulina, it's not required. It's extra credit. You have to do all of it to get the extra credit. Ben, what number are you on? It looks like yeah, that's right. A to the 14th divided by negative 4. Because when you do negative 4 at the top, it's going to be a negative 1. So that's why it's negative. I might have forgot to write my negative. Yeah, it's there. Negative a to the 14th divided by 4. So you can just move the negative to the bottom. It's the same thing. Okay, Mari, the second one you asked me about was this one. The first thing we're going to do is move the negative exponent to the top. So we would have 3 squared times 3 squared. 3 squared is 3 times 3, so that would be 9 times 9, which is 81. And then the last one is this one. So the first thing we're going to do, you can distribute this negative 1 as your exponent. Okay, so you can write it all out. Because this 3 to the negative 2 was a negative exponent at the bottom. This is part of your workbook. Ben, this was just an extra problem Amari was doing. So Dominic, this was a negative exponent. To get rid of the negative, I moved it to the top. So that was 3 squared times 3 squared. That negative 2 became positive. So 9 times 9, and then that's 81. All right, so this negative 1 exponent has to go to every single term. So I'm going to rewrite it. So this would be c to the 2 times negative 1. So that would be negative 2 d to the negative 1 divided by c to the negative 1 d to the negative 2. Now I've got all of these negatives, and I need to flip them from the bottom to the top and top to bottom. So c squared, c to the negative 2 becomes c squared on the bottom. And then d to the negative 1 becomes d. Then I have c on top and d squared on top. And then I'm still just going to divide. So this would be c to the 1 minus 2. So that would be c to the negative 1, d to the first. And again, this negative here needs to go away. We need it to be positive. So that would be d over c. Okay. Ben, did you get number 6 done on the review? Did you figure that one out? Okay, tell me what you've got so far. Or if you just raise your hand, I can go to your slide and see your work. So did you multiply your coefficients? Go ahead and multiply your coefficients. Hey, Ben, you have to show all your work. So just circling or highlighting those answers is not going to get you the extra credit, okay? You have to show all the work. So it says -3 into the -4th, and then -5 into the 7th. Okay, so Ben, you need to multiply the coefficients. What are your coefficients here? No, n is a variable. What's the coefficient? So coefficients are numbers in front of variables. Nope, not the numbers and exponents, just the numbers in front of variables. So tell me the numbers. Destiny, I can look. I think I did that one already. No, maybe I didn't do number 6. Oh, that's the one we're working on right now. Okay. Okay, good. So 3 and 5. So what's -3 times -5? Okay, so that takes care of our numbers. So 15. When we multiply exponents, we're going to add them together. So what's -4 plus -7? Guys, I'm not checking work on 4 and 5. I already did 4 and 5 from the unit review. Okay, so if it's wrong, I'll grade it for you when I get to grading today. Yes, -11. So now to get rid of this negative here, we're going to move it to the bottom. So 15 over into the 11th. Okay, if you need me to show number 4 and 5 again, I can if you just want to check your answer. But remember, you have to show all your work. So this is number 5. Destiny, if you want to check that one. A to the 6th over b to the 5th should be the answer. And number 4 is 36 p to the 4th, q to the 6th. Okay, I'm going to help Stormy now with the last question on the review. So this is question 12 on the unit review. So you've got 28x to the 5th divided by 14x to the -4th. So Stormy, what do you think your first step is going to be here? Honestly, you could go either. There's 2 different things you could do. But what would you do first? Sure, you can divide the bases. That's perfect. Okay, so if we divide the bases, we would get 2 x to the 5th divided by x to the 4th, right? Yep, exactly. Okay, now we need to get rid of that negative exponent. So what would you do? How do we get rid of that? Okay, good job, Destiny. How do we get rid of negative exponents if they're on the bottom? What do we do with them? So we move them to the top, right? So we move it to the top. So now this is x to the 4th, okay? And that's being multiplied. So now what you were saying was add to the 5. So this would be 2x to the 9th. That's exactly right. Okay, Erica, you had a question about the test that is like number 1. So this is a polynomial times a polynomial. I'm going to do a different, I switched the numbers around. But you can either use the box method or FOIL. Which one do you like to use? Box or FOIL?
I like the box method, but sometimes I get mixed up. So FOIL can work too, but box method works.
Okay, if you like box, we'll do box. That's great. So with the box method, you're going to take one of your polynomials and put it going up and down on the side. So this would be 3x and then plus 2. Don't forget your signs. We'll take the second one and put it across the top. So 4x minus 3. And now we're just going to multiply like whatever's in the boxes. So 3x times 4x would give me 12x squared. Don't forget, these x's still have a 1 as an exponent. Then we've got 3x times negative 3. So negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Keep our x. 2 times 4x, 2 times 4 is 8. So 8x. And then 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So then we would write this all out in one big long line. So 12x squared minus 9x plus 8x minus 6. And then as you can see, we do have a pair of like terms that we can combine. Yeah, so it is the same as distribution. Yep. It's just a different word for it. And the tricky part here is to make sure that the 3x, the first term, goes to both terms in the second set, and that the second term, the plus 2, goes to both. So we use box or FOIL just to make sure that we've distribute each term. There's 2 in this first polynomial. Distribute each of them to every term in the second set. So negative 9x plus x is just negative 1x. So we would get 12x squared minus x minus 6. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then Erica, you wanted to do 2, 3, and 5. So let's do one like number 2. Let's see what number 2 is. Number 2, okay, is a subtraction problem. So let's do... Alrighty, I'm going to write this one out. Okay, so this is going to be like number 2 on the test. This is a subtraction problem. The key thing here, Liza, yes, as soon as I'm done with Erica's, I'll do a number 7, okay? Okay, so like number 2, so we've got negative 3x squared minus 4x plus 9 minus x squared plus 2x minus 8. The key here is this negative has to get distributed to every term. So I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to rewrite it with having multiplied every term by negative 1. So this is all going to stay the same. Negative 3x squared minus 4x plus 9, and then I have minus x squared minus 2x plus 8. A negative times a negative is a positive. All right, so then my like terms here are going to be to combine negative 3x squared minus x squared. When I say combine, I just mean to add or subtract. So you just check and see what your sign says to do. 9 and 8. Okay. So if Caitlin, it is recorded. Negative 3 minus 1. Okay, so that's negative 3 plus negative 1. So that would be negative 4x squared. Then I've got negative 4x minus 2x, or negative 4 plus negative 2. So that would be negative 6x, and then plus 17. Does that help you out a little bit, Erica?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so number 3. Let's do... Okay. Number 3 has some words in there. It has subtract and sum. So let's say that this is like number 3 on the test. Subtract 2x minus 4y from. So that means you're going to take this at the end. From the sum of 8x plus 2y and 6y. Okay, so a sum means you've added. So we're going to subtract this from adding this. So the first thing we're going to do is add these two. So we're going to add 8x plus 2y plus 6y. Okay. The only thing we can combine here is 2y plus 6y. So we get 8x plus 8y. Now we're going to subtract 2x minus 4y. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 2x and subtract negative 4. Remember, you have to distribute that negative to both. So this would become 8x plus 8y minus 2x plus 4y, that double negative. The like terms here would be 8x minus 2x and then 8y plus 4y.
Where did you get the 8y from? Is it from plus 2?
The 8y was from the first part where it said to from the sum of 8x plus 2y and 6y. So and means you're adding, and so does sum. A sum is the answer to an addition problem. So 2 plus 6 was 8y. Good question. So my final answer would be 6x plus 12y. Okay, so for me, I've gone over 1, 2, and 3 on the unit test, so hopefully that will help you. I'm getting ready to do 5 and 7 as well. Let me check the other variations. I think they're all subtract and sum, so you should be good. Yep, so subtract some number from a sum. Okay, number 5. This is going to be like number 5 from the test. Let's do 1 over x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, and we're going to raise all of that. We'll raise it to the 5th. Okay, so the only thing we have to do here is just apply this exponent here and here. Okay, so then we would get y to the 20th, 4 times 5 is 20, over x to the 15th, and that's it. No, that's right, Caitlin. So the questions I'm doing are similar. I can't actually do test questions. Yeah, I can wait a second. Okay, so that was like number 5, and then I'll do one like number 7 next. Yeah, sure.
So you don't multiply 5 with the 1?
Well, 1 to the 5th is still 1. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. And you know what? I actually just looked at this wrong, but let me show you. I thought that was 1 over x squared, but it was x to the 1/2. So let me show you a better problem. Caitlin, will you let me know when you're good? And I'm going to do a different one.
I'm slightly confused on number 5.
Okay, what are you confused on?
Not gonna say anything, but when you multiply the outside exponent from this exponent, isn't it supposed to be multiplied, like not subtracted or added?
When you multiply the what?
The outside exponent, the one that's outside the parentheses to like the x and all, it's supposed to be multiplied, right? Not like added and subtracted.
Correct. So 5 times 4 is 20. That's how I got this one. And 5 times 3 is 15. So the number 5 on the test. Sorry, my computer was I didn't even read it right, but number 5 on the test looks like this: x to the 1/2, y to the 4th. And let's go ahead and raise that to the 4th. So it's the same principle here. We're going to do 4 times 1/2 and 4 times 4. So what is half of 4? That would be x squared. And then 4 times 4 would be 16. That's more like number 5 on the test because it has that fraction. Okay, who asked for number 7? I did one just like number 7. It was like number 1 on the test. Liza, did you happen to watch me do number 1? Okay. I'm going to put this back up here. This is like test question number 1. So it's multiplying polynomial times polynomial. This is the box method. So you're going to put one of your terms, the yellow one on the left, I put it going up and down. The blue on the right, I put it going across the top. It'll be posted like as soon as I'm done answering questions. It usually takes like 5 or 10 minutes. So hopefully soon, hopefully before 11. So what you're going to do is just multiply across, and then you need to check for like terms. So in this case, we did have a set of like terms that we could combine. Okay, Caitlin, what was your question? Did you say you had a question in general about the test?
Yes, is it supposed to be like select more than one?
Yes, because on the, you only select more than one if it tells you to. So for instance, oh wait, no, this is not the test. Okay, this one, no, you just need to select one. I'm not sure why the formatting is allowing you to select more than one. You'll just select one. Yeah, just select one. That's very confusing. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it was allowing you to select more than one. Okay, any other? Yes, Erica.
It's like a little question. So on number 5, did you just divide like 4 divided by 2?
Yep, 4 times 1/2, which is the same thing as 4 divided by 2. Yep, so 1/2 times 4, because this is exponent to an exponent, right? You multiply straight across the top. So that would be 4 and 2 on the bottom, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's exactly
So you do
right.
that with the rest of it?
What?
Like for like other problems, you do like the same steps as number 5?
Yep, you're just multiplying exponents. I mean, if it's variables with exponents raised to another exponent like this one, then yes, you're just multiplying the exponents. What other questions do y'all have? Do y'all have any more questions? Anybody? Back to 4. Yep. 4 on the review. I don't think I did. Oh, on the test. Okay, I don't think I did number 4. So let me do number 4. Oh, question like number 4. There's 10 on the unit test. Okay, so number 4 has a, let's see. Yes, there is a part 1 and a part 2. So the part 2 is already in class kick if you want to take a look at it, but it's not due until Monday. Okay, so Caitlin, this is going to be like number 4 on the test. Let's say we have a negative. I mean, you can tell me what your answer is, but I can't really tell you if it's right or not. I don't even know what variation you're working on, honestly. I mean, I guess you can tell me. Yeah, it's the 0A writing assignment. You can tell me and I can like tell you yes or no, maybe. Let me do this example problem real quick. So if you had negative 15 x to the 7th y squared divided by 5xy, you're going to proceed as usual to divide negative 15 divided by 5, which would give you negative 3. And then you would do x to the 7th divided by x. So that would be 7 minus 1. So that would give you x to the 6th and then y. So if you get 100 on the test, Destiny, but you still do the review, I'll give you those points back on something else. All right. Yes, Caitlin, that looks right. Mm-hmm.
A quick question on this one, the problem that you just did. So why is there no exponent for y?
There is an exponent for y. It's just a 1. So 2 minus 1 would be 1. You can write it, but you won't ever see it written on like on an answer choice. Yes.
Okay.
We have small group at 10. Monday at 10. If you need, so Monday's small group will be going over the unit 0A writing assignment. So I'll do problems that are similar to the ones that you have. I won't do the exact writing assignment, but I'll do problems that are similar. And then you can kind of be working at the same time. Questions? Yes, Caitlin, I did that one here.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys. Destiny, have you had a chance to watch the video on that? Oh, okay. You were just wanting me to check your answer. I got you. Hold on, Caitlin.
Fine.
Okay, so Caitlin, just be careful because I want to show you something on this screen. Your X value at the end is correct, but when you, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so that's a negative 3y. Okay, 1 second. Yep, you got it. That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. So Destiny, hold on. I can check and see if you watched. It should have been, let's see. Wait, go to slide 2 on what? That was like number 2. So this, I'll put this screen up here for you to take a look. Yep, that looks right, Caitlin. Okay, Destiny, 1 second. I'm checking on your. So I think it was 0A14 is where we did multiplying the polynomials. I just want to make sure. Okay, so okay. So Destiny, you can go, like, you can multiply these one of 2 ways. The first way is the box method, which is what we did here. So you set your terms, one on the side and one going across the top, and multiply them that way. And then the FOIL method. So FOIL stands for first, so meaning first terms, outer terms, inner terms, and then last. So what this would be if I had like x plus 2 times x plus 3. The f would be first. So I would do x times x. Outer would be my outside terms, so x times 3. Inner would be these 2 inside terms, 2 times x. And then last would be 2 times 3. So some people like to do FOIL. Some people like to use the boxes because it keeps them organized and they don't have to remember the acronym.
I always like to read this as aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil, that's funny. Yeah, it seems like that. So they're the same. I mean, in essence, you're still doing the same thing. Like if I did FOIL here, x times x is still x squared. If I did the box method, it's still the same. So I still get x plus 2 and x plus 3. It's still x times x, x squared. 3x, 2x, and 6. So it's still the same. It's just if you want to draw the box or not, that's all. So Garrett, that we're gonna get to that, and that is where the box method is helpful. So Garrett's asking, what if we have more than just binomials? So like if you had 2x squared plus x minus 3 times x squared plus 1. So you might put your x squared plus 1 on the side, and then you would have 3 columns. Correct, Destiny. It doesn't matter which method. So then you might have 2x squared plus x minus 3. And then you just go through and write all of this out. Okay? So number 7 on the test is like, I think I did number 7. Where'd it go? Maybe I didn't. I can give you some quick tips, and then I've got to get out of here. Let me pull that back up and see what it says. Okay, so number 7. Looks like okay, bye Destiny. Have a good weekend. Okay, so number 7 is just the same FOIL thing. So you're still just foiling like I just was doing in this last one. And then the subtraction is still the same as that previous subtraction problem. So make sure you distribute that negative to the 2x squared, the 17x, and then the negative 2. So the negative 2 will become positive. Well, how would you get x to the 4th? Right? X to the 4th, you only add exponents if you're multiplying. So your exponent shouldn't change, right? Think about what you're doing. So when you subtract, you only add and subtract like terms because your terms don't change. So that should help you kind of eliminate that. And then same with number 8. 8 is a subtraction. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to get off of here so I can release the recording for our friends. But y'all have a great weekend.